Hello and welcome to the first Bold and Beautiful Rewind of 2022. I am James Lott Jr., your host. We're back, bitches. That's right. We're back talking about the soaps, past and present. I want to thank you for making the Bold and Beautiful Rewind one of our biggest shows of last year of 2021. It was a huge hit for us. It continues to be a huge hit for us. We've been doing it for like 5 years or so. And thank you so much. And our parent show, which is the Bold and Beautiful Mini Spotlight Recap on Sundays, we return for the first time this year, season 5, this Sunday, January 23rd at 11 p.m. a.m. Sorry, 11 a.m. All of a sudden. This coffee's not kicking in. That's enough. Maybe a little sip. We're back this Sunday doing the soap like YNR, Bold and Beautiful on GH, on JLJ Media on YouTube. Welcome back. Bold and Beautiful Rewind has been a show I've been loving doing. I get guests on the show. We talk about other things, all kinds of stuff on the show. And this time, I was in another room talking with somebody else. We mentioned recasts. As someone was telling me that their parent is still upset that Hunter Tylo is not back as Taylor. And I was like, well, she didn't want to come back. So I was asking people, would you rather if you fall in love with the character and the portrayer of that character, are you of that stance of then you go away and go with that portrayer and then you just be on a new character? That character's just gone. But then I say, what if it's an outside choice where the actor doesn't want to come back or something's bad with the actor, something going on behind the scenes, and that character is connected to people on the show that are still there? So then what do? You just like not have them ever if that person doesn't want to come back or he can't come back or something's going on? I was just wondering about that. Like, what your thoughts are on that? Because this show is filled with recasts. Now, there are a few people that I always kind of agree you can't recast, and that's just one of those weird things that people like you can't touch. But there's times when people I thought could be recast, and I'm like, oh, that did work. Just about anybody on the show currently is recast, except for John McCook and Brooke. I just did that. Catherine Kelly Lang. Now, John McCook has never been recast, has never had anybody step in. Now, Catherine Kelly Lang, she was sick once, sick leave. She had Catherine Hicklin, great soap actress, come in for a few episodes. And then Sandra Ferguson famously took over when one of her maternity leaves. And they both did admirable jobs, but I don't think they were. Catherine KKL is the queen. She is Brooke. And I think they did admirable jobs. But I come from a world of theater and stuff where sometimes you have to recast a role. You have to because just the person moves on, you bring someone else in. The role is there to be inhabited by whoever can bring it, and each person brings their thing to it. But you're right. With this one, I don't know why I feel like this way, and maybe I'm a hypocrite. I don't know, but I just feel like this way. I'm like, Brooke. They did try recast a couple times. It was like they were fine. They were competent. It was like a General Hospital. When Lindsay Hartley came in for Kelly Monaco, I loved her portrayal. I was shocked how much I liked her portrayal of Sam. Same with Jen Lilly, which came on as Maxie. She was perfect. Molly Burnett, same thing, came on as Maxie. Same thing. Like, she was on days, a certain character. It just, sometimes it works. Sometimes you're like, okay. And sometimes it doesn't. Rob Moss to Torsten K. That's Rich. I see Torsten as Rich. I'm friends with Ron Moss. He is a rock star. I call him the coolest dude in the room. He's Rich. But I do see Torsten as Rich. He's a different Rich. He's been under a long time now. I actually see it. Same with Katie. They had a different Katie before, several. But Heather Tom is just, she's the bomb. But if she left, they didn't look at actress, probably could play Katie. It'd be hard at first. I think it can. All the kids, clearly. I've had several Thomases on this show. I've had several, Ricks, the Hopes. I mean, they're all the kids. Zende, they're all recast. But like Bill hasn't. Could he? Is there an actor out there who could play Bill? Spencer. Stephanie never was. So I feel like Stephanie you couldn't do. But then I wonder, what if they did bring us a formidable actress of her same caliber and age? Could she play Stephanie? I don't know. I said Eric has not. But again, when they bring an actor of a certain age on, could he? Could they? Sheila was now Sheila's a weird because she was they did several things with Sheila, same with Phyllis, on Y&R. Some mixed results. And one they made someone look like Sheila looked like one of them, and so it's like Phyllis was a whole weird thing. So I was a big fan. I was a big fan of that. Really fan of that. All the Forsters. It's funny. Thorne. I'm gonna spill some tea because he was so mean to me. Actually, Winter Harmon, who played the second Thorne, because there was Jeff Trachia and there was also Ingo Rademacher, which I did think, no matter what you say about him now about his politics, he played a good Thorne. I think he was cut short. He went back to General Hospital, but I thought him and Katie had chemistry. I actually kind of liked this dynamic of this Thorne. It was a little more dynamic because Thorne was always the second fiddle. I thought Jax. I said Jax. Oh my God! So I'm trying to show so Twitter people. I just thought that Ingo could actually maybe bring this to something bigger. Then it was cut short, and he went back to General Hospital. I think General Hospital said, "Okay, we're taking you back," and that was it. And then wasted Moss Jax over there. My opinion, of course. But Winter follows us on social media. I thought for sure it'd be great to. I like he would have come on this show, Bone Before Rewind. Like, come on here. I asked him, and I was very polite, of course. I was like, I want to see what's going on with your life, what's going on now. Also, you were Dale on All My Children. What's about that? He completely turned me down. I was like, I don't want to talk about Bold and Beautiful. But I'm like, but we're a Bold and Beautiful podcast. You're following us and your fans know you from that. I understand what's going on in his life. That's his life to deal with. But I'm just like, and you say he's still, even with all that, he's still working on the show. He wants to come on the show. I'd love to sit down and talk to him. You want to talk about why you don't like Bold? I don't work for Bold and Beautiful. I work with them on the main show and like that for guests. And stuff, and I love them over there, and they're great. But this show is an independent show related about Bold and Beautiful, but it's my own little thing about just about the past. I've had people like Dan Vicker on, Tracy Melkor, who also is recast as Kristen. I love her. I'm like it's just about the past of just your time on the show, and also promoting what you're doing now. Like, fans want to know what you're doing now. It's actually a spotlight win-win situation, but he just turned me down so heavily. I'll share it with you guys. I don't care if he hears this. Because again, he's still working on the show. Like, I'm like, sure, still come on the show. Yell at me. Come on the show and tell me that you didn't like I was talking crap about you about this. I love it. I would love to have a debate with him or whatever. But I just think he was, and if you're watching this, Windsor, if somebody sends this to you, you were a very important part of the history of Bold and Beautiful. That's why I reached out to you, because he's a very important part, and you worked in the character. You worked in the role, and because you weren't the original, and so sometimes you're a great example of a recast that completely works. It was completely fine, and fans could love you in the role also. And that's why I want to ask you guys out there, when it comes to recasting. Because all this Krista hate, and oh my God, it's like Hunter Tyler decided to come back. She's not coming back. So they decided, and Taylor is an important part of the canvas that the fans have been wanting for so long. So I get the initial disappointment of it's not being her. I get that at first, and even Krista gets that. We get that. You can watch my interview with her on Bold and Beautiful Me Spotlight. It's out now here on GLTV. Yeah, we address that. It's completely, we get it. But after initial shock, give her a chance. See if you can open your mind and your arms to see if she can do it. Now, if you just don't like a portrayal after a while, then we get that. That's fine. You're right not to like it. Go, it's not working for me. But also remember, it's not the actors, it's the writing. So wherever the writing dictates to kind of how this works. So I don't know. I just think some recasts can work. And actors are meant to be nomadic in nature. They move around, and they, all that kind of stuff. And I just think that it's natural for an actor to move on, and all this stuff. So, yeah. But recasting is a tough thing, and I said, and they literally, Bold and Beautiful's full of them, and I think they're all doing great, and many of them you wouldn't even know they're recast. So that's the deal. Thanks for watching the show. I know I just spilled some shade and some tea today on the show. That's for you. The first time of the year. I'm causing problems already for the year 2022. That's how we're gonna do this year. We're gonna do more episodes of this, have lots of fun. You've made this a huge hit for me, so I want to give back to you just all this stuff. I want to give back to you content. I'm also on Patreon, patreon.com/James Lott Jr. I'm doing all kinds of behind the scenes content, stuff that's not released anywhere else. Some of the stuff will be Bold and Beautiful related. I have some Y&R stuff up there already. Stuff about me, new songs, poetry, everything. So you just go ahead and subscribe there. And there's three tiers of $5, $10, and $20. You get a present after a couple of months from me. So go ahead and check that out. Bold and Beautiful Rewinds, wherever you find your podcast, and on my channel, JLJ Media. And again, we're back on Sunday with a new episode of Bold and Beautiful Me, Spotlight Me, Amanda Russ, and Tammy Govea. Everybody, we'll see you next time.